Hopefully this is working now. Good morning. Hi. How's it going? Um, so we're going to be going in today. We're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to talk about CUDA works real quick. We're also going to talk about area and circumference, and hopefully my screen doesn't crash. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is a little bit on Google Classroom, making sure you guys know that you can always get into that window here. Nobody should quite have this assignment done yet, but here's what we got. All the classes should have the same thing. I'm asking you guys to sign up for a CUDA Works account in the next day or so. The course key is listed here, that HW. It's the same for every single class. Please make sure you're doing that to sign up for Google or for CUDA Works. It's super simple. You click on the Student Works key, you put that key in, use your school email, and you have to have a password. The password has to have that uppercase, lowercase, number, and symbol. If you've got one that just kind of auto-populates, use that. Make sure you write down that password. If you can, try to get away with using as close to your school password as you possibly can. Maybe throwing an @ or something at the end instead of one of those upper and lowercase a's or something, if you've got one of those. But try to make it as easy as you can on yourself. What we've got going on today, we're going to be talking a lot about area and circumference. Pretty simple format. You guys mostly have seen this before. But as you should all know, area is that space inside of a shape, where circumference is the space around. So the first thing we're going to talk about is area. Area of a circle tells us the space inside. And it's defined by a real simple formula, pi r squared. R, of course, standing for our radius, which was in our vocab video and on our vocab handout yesterday. And it's just a line from a segment from the center out to the circle. So in this lovely picture here, this would be our radius. So all we have to do to find the area of this particular circle is use pi times 11 squared. You don't even have to do a whole lot of work with that. Go over to your Desmos calculator, or if you have any sort of handheld calculator, this will work just fine here. You guys can, in the main, see hopefully that there's a pi button here. So if you're using Desmos, you can just hit pi, parenthesis, 11, close parenthesis, and squared. And here's your answer, 380.13. Now, for you guys on CUDA Works today, you should notice it's a multiple choice setup. So please make sure we're paying attention to that. But very, very straightforward here. Just one more quick example, even with a decimal, no big deal. We've still got our radius here. We've still got our area at pi r squared. So we're just doing pi times 5.2 and squaring that. Same idea here, and if you just kind of leave this window open, you can have pi 5.2, and just comes out to be 84.9. I know you guys have seen this before. It should be something from the past. Take it nice and simply right now. The other thing we have to talk about today is circumference. I'm trying to go fast to make sure nothing crashes out on me again. Circumference tells us all about that space around. In past world, we would have called this perimeter if we're talking about a shape with lines on the sides. In general, it's just that distance around. If you were putting up fencing or anything like that, that's where you're going to deal with circumference. Circumference is 2 times pi times our radius. So same idea here. I've got my radius at 7.9. So just plug that straight in. 2 times pi times 7.9. 2 pi, 7.9. That's going to give us our circumference, we go back to our calculator. 2 pi, can throw in parentheses, 7.9, close, and that's it. All there is to this. Not an overly complicated process. So we end up with 49.6 for our final answer here. And one more just for the sake of consistency. I've got 4 centimeters as my radius here. We'll use our circumference formula, which is 2 times pi times the radius, and 4 is our radius. So this becomes 2 times pi times 4. So 8 pi. It may simplify to that. We've seen this a little bit in our trig stuff coming through where we don't necessarily simplify all of our irrational numbers, but 8 pi is 25.13, so 25.1. And folks, that's all this is today. Please make sure you're getting signed up for Kuta Works. Please make sure that you are also signing up for, make sure that you're completing all the other assignments. If you have any questions, I can talk to you on Zoom. If the times I'm putting forth don't work for you, please send me an email. I'll be happy to meet with you at some other time. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.